Hey dudes and dudettes, I'm Derek with GameSomniac, and these are 5 PlayStation titles that definitely deserve a remaster.
Number 5.
Crash Team Racing! Crash Team Racing is the 4th installment in the Crash Bandicoot series. The game's story focuses on the efforts of a ragtag team of characters from the series who must race against the egomaniacal nitrous oxide to save their planet from destruction. Now, as with the other games in the series, Crash Team Racing was developed by Naughty Dog and was published by Sony Computer Entertainment for the PlayStation. Back in the day, this game was pretty much a digital playground for gamers to challenge their friends and foes in all-out death matches of epic proportions. Understand one thing, this isn't one of those games that you pull out on a Friday night to have a good time. No. If you pulled this game out, it was a declaration of war. Somebody pissed you off. This is where you went to settle scores, and this was way before Modern Warfare 2, mind you. Now, this game taught us how to solve our problems in a multitude of ways, and almost always not through diplomatic negotiations, but by knocking your enemy off the track on the hot air skyway level. Yes, fun times indeed. Now, this title is available on the PlayStation Store for the PS3, but it definitely deserves a remaster for the modern age. And hell, I'd even settle for the classic version released on the PS4 store. Make it happen, Naughty Dog!
Number 4.
Tekken 3. Arguably the best Tekken game of the series, Tekken 3 was originally released in arcades in March of 1997, and then for the PlayStation in 1998. Tekken 3 is considered one of the greatest games of all time, with more than 8.5 million copies sold worldwide. Yes. Tekken 3 is the second best-selling fighting game of all time and is the 4th best-selling PlayStation game, which begs the question, why in the name of the Iron Fist tournament hasn't this game received a remaster yet? Come on!
Number 3.
Clock Tower. Man, I will feature this game in every video, somehow, some way, somewhere over the rainbow. It's easily the most underrated survival horror video game ever, and quite simply one of the scariest. Now in Japan, it's known as Clock Tower 2, and understandably so, given that there is a predecessor to this title. However, we here in America simply know it as Clock Tower. Why? Because of reasons. The game is a survival horror point-and-click adventure game developed by Human Entertainment and released for the PlayStation in 1996. It is the second game in the Clock Tower series after the original Clock Tower, which was released exclusively in Japan for the Super Famicom 1 year prior. Both games honestly deserve a remaster. The Clock Tower series is absolutely phenomenal, except for Ghost Head, that was a piece of crap. Clock Tower 3 is not bad. But really the first 2 is where the remaster needs to happen. I mean, honestly, if we could get the first Fear remastered and then Clock Tower 2 and just do the 2-part story, that'd be awesome. I mean, honestly, given the fact that Project Scissor's Nightcry wasn't received well at all, I'd say a remaster of this classic horror title might just be the new blood this old monster's been waiting for.
P.S. Mr. Kono, I absolutely love Nightcry. The game is amazing and people here are nuts. Give us free stuff. Number 2.
Spider-Man. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the superhero game of all superhero games. I mean, come on, how have we not remastered this timeless gem already? Now, Spider-Man was developed by Neversoft and published by Activision. The game was released for the PlayStation 2000, and fun fact, it was created using the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater game engine, and as an added bonus, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 fans could play as the friendly neighborhood web skater. See what I did there? Oh, sometimes I crack myself up. Both Spider-Man games are amazing, from story to the controls. Each game is perfect and a true masterpiece in the early era of home console gaming. But now imagine revamping it with all new graphics, having Reno Romano reprise his role as Spider-Man, and who wouldn't want to hear this iconic one-liner again?
Spider-Man? I asked for the police and I get this?
Number 1.
Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver is an action-adventure video game developed by Crystal Dynamics and published by Eidos Interactive. The game is most notable for its gothic, vampiric themes, amazing soundtrack, and the greatest intro FMV to a video game ever of all time.
I am Razio, firstborn of his lieutenants. I have served Kain a millennium.
Seriously, I'm not even going to put gameplay to this. The intro FMV is really all you'll need to want to play this game. Soul Reaver was released for the PlayStation in 1999, and it serves as the second game in the Legacy of Kain series. It is a direct sequel to Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain, but you don't have to have had to play the original games or even be a vampire fanatic to love this title. It will get you there all on its own. It's a very powerful game and one that has a very compelling story, interesting protagonist. It's an awesome game. I had fun playing it when I was a kid. You have Raziel, who is a great protagonist. I want to follow him. I want to see his story through. You've got Kain, who is as villainous as he is supposed to be from the time we see him sitting in the chair in the opening cutscene to the time he's ordering Raziel to be thrown into the abyss just for transcending before him. I mean, there was a lot going on. As soon as you put the disc in the PlayStation and it booted up, there was so much going on from the prologue to the actual game, and there was nothing like it. It was a completely new and original idea, at least for me at the time being a kid. I mean, the only thing I had to compare it to was like the movies my sisters would watch, like Queen of the Damned or Interview with a Vampire, but this game was nothing like that. These vampires were nothing like those vampires. This was something completely new and refreshing. I love the game. I still play it when I can, and I honestly cannot think of a better game to deserve a remaster for modern day consoles. Well, what did you guys think of our list? Do you agree with the games we chose? And if not, what games would you like to see receive a remaster? Tell us in the comments below, and until next time, I'm Derek with GameSomniac, and remember, just because you have a plumber's mustache does not mean you can go around punching turtles. Bye-bye!